Zach Maslany now making his way to the stage. Expect fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
I wanted to give a shout out to my boy Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
He's a beast. He's a savage. Him and JM holding down the fort at 10th Planet Bethlehem. Who's doing it better than them? Very few.
Okay. From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Ain't none of y'all better than locks. Have all of y'all dressed up in a suit, dead in a box. Me and my niggas get redder than Fox. Now I don't care if I love you, I still want head in the drop. Niggas running around talking that Y2K shit. Crackheads still gon' want that great shit. That's why I'ma always cop the yay quick. So I suggest all of y'all stay off J Dick. Too hard for MTV.
Yo! What up? Zach's Corner Podcast Volume. I think we're on number 11. Numero 11. I'm here. I got my dogs. I got my coffee. It's Thursday. And we're back at it, bruh. We put out the Finishers podcast, so go on and check that. It was pretty good. We had Thor on. He overslept a little bit, so if you guys are into podcasts, check out the Finishers podcast. What else? Man, so much stuff going down over the past couple weeks. Thinking we're going places, not going places, coming back, going to other places. Who knows? We got all types of stuff going on. My dogs are freaking out. I feel like every time they know that I have something going on, they start firing up. Merlot's been acting weird today. I don't know. I've taken her out a bunch of times, and her and Ziggy are just fighting and stuff all the time. So I don't know what her deal is. She's just barking like crazy. So starting off with a bang, this podcast. I might have to cut this a little bit short because I got some friends coming and we're about to possibly hit up the cryo lab. Shout out to Igloo Cryotherapy because my foot is kind of jacked up. I competed again over the weekend, competed at the ADCC trials, got knocked out first round. This time I lost to like a weird leg lock. It's not a weird leg lock. It's not a Aoki or the Hankel lock. It was more like a Stima lock, and it's not more like, it kind of basically wasn't a Stima lock, but it's just weird how my foot got positioned in there. So many people hit me up asking how I was, just checking on me, saying heal up soon. So really appreciate everybody hit me up. It sucks losing, obviously, first round and getting beat. I felt really good going into it. My back was feeling pretty solid. Got a solid night of sleep before, so I was pumped up, but it is what it is. That's really all you can say. You just go back and keep swinging. I mean, I'm not quitting or quitting. I'm not stopping competing by any means. You have a bad experience sometimes, and most people go, it's not for me. But I don't know. I'm crazy, and some people really hate losing. Like, I'm not going to name any names, but I saw a bunch of people at the ADCC trials just get really pissed off and throw their shoes or water bottles or whatever the situation is. They get mad. And I know a lot of those guys have a lot more riding on it than me. I don't have to win the trials because I'm not just a jiu-jitsu competitor. I never ever wanted to just make it as a, maybe when I was a teenager or early 20s, but I never wanted to just make it as a competitor or fighter. I always wanted to be competitor/coach. And I always liked coaching. I always thought I was good at it. And I always wanted to also go out there and throw down every now and then because it's so much fun. I do get really nervous and, but it's part of the game. I feel like it keeps me level and it keeps me into the, in the game, I don't know. It keeps me sharp, I should say. That's what I wanted to say. It keeps me sharp. Like I'm ready to, like if some brown or black belt or some leg lock guy comes into my school, I'm not so worried because I'm at a competition level. I'm not like at a level of a dude who just trains. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I run the school and I do this for a living. And once Eddie Bravo gave us our black belts, I was like, oh shit, like I got to rep, I got to rep hard. So But, that being said, if I lose the tournament, I'm not that worried about it. Like, it depends how I'm losing. If I'm getting smoked and, like, my guard's getting passed, held down, mounts me and whoops my ass, then, or takes my back and chokes me out, obviously I need, things I need to work on and stuff. But, and I got to work on my ankle locks too. Like, I'm not making excuses that I've only been ankle locked a million times in the past however many years. But I've ankle locked people too. So it is, like I said, it is what it is. You're just out there sword fighting with other guys who are professionals and that are really good, So I lost, this guy's name is Jose Rodriguez. He's going to be in the finishers. He's a small guy. So I got my wish to face a smaller guy, and he damn near broke my ankle off. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all love. I just can't wait to get back out there again. I just want my foot to heal up. I'll just be back doing another competition. Like, I know I'm 35 and a lot of people are like, you should stop now and give it up and everything. And I think about that, but I'm just not ready yet. I just got my black belt at this advanced age of 35 years old. My birthday's in June. So, hey, if I could turn it up for another year or two, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to keep trying to get some good matches for me and go from there and see what happens. See if I could face someone. I always wanted to compete, at black belt level, like 2 black belts going out there. And I think if anything, I'm not, there are like, I used to, like my cousin was on the podcast. I used to really watch football back in the day. And the quarterback is, in the NFL, there's a lot of guys on a team, so blame could get tossed around. But in Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, blame does get tossed around, and I feel like it's really cheesy when dudes do it, when they blame, oh well, my coaches and my strength conditioning coach, or they blame their diet guy or whatever. And it's like, dude, it's on you, man. It's on you. You're the athlete, you could get, rich and just pay people for it. And then you just blame someone else or, he gave me a tainted supplement. Dude, it's on you. Take some freaking responsibility for Christ's sake. Like I've made weight every time. I've never missed weight for an event. I don't have people just watching over me. Zach, what are you eating? Oh, don't eat tiramisu. Don't eat this. Dude, you got to figure that out. That's discipline. If you really want it, you really want to do it. And sometimes people who really do want it, make mistakes too. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's in the NFL, it's there's a lot of different things going on, but a lot of the blame goes towards the quarterback. And there's a lot of different type of quarterbacks. There's quarterbacks that are very conservative and they go out there and they, the coach maybe doesn't believe in them too much, or they just don't have an arm, or whatever the situation is. Maybe they don't have a crazy offensive line, but they're mostly just handing the ball off, stuff like that. And they don't throw long passes. They won't take chances. So they're a conservative quarterback, and there are a lot of quarterbacks like that, have had really crazy defenses, and, they were a conservative quarterback and they ended up doing really well. There's a lot of guys though that aren't conservative, and those are the guys that I've always been fans of. You're Dan Marino, you're Brett Favre, you're Steve Young, and those quarterbacks are called gunslingers, and they just go out there and they just sling. You know what I mean? They throw. They're out there, kill or be killed. They're shoot or die. They're just going to go out there and throw. And if they throw, 10 picks, they're going to come back. They're not going to be like, oh no, I can't throw another pick and be all tense. They're just going to go out there and keep throwing. And that's what I feel like I am. Or, maybe, obviously I'm not on the level in jiu-jitsu as those guys are in their sport. I'm not at the top level, but it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like I'm going to go in there and just every time I'm going to compete and just slang. I'm just going to sling bombs at these dudes every time. And, that's what I feel. I feel like I'm a gunslinger. I just, I'm not going to let oh man, I keep thinking about that last match. Like, I'm like Brett Favre's son. Just go out there, throw pick, come out, throw another one, come out, throw a TD, and then, tie the game and then lead your team to victory at the end. I feel like it's possible. Brett Favre is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and I think he's got more interceptions than he does touchdowns, but a lot of people don't know that. I don't either. Fact check me on that one. Maybe someone can tell me, but I'm not really sure on NFL stats. But what else? So got a bunch of stuff coming up too. We were planning a trip to possibly go to the United Kingdom to compete over there in a tournament called Battle Grapple. We're not going to be able to make that work this time, so my apologies for that. But we are going to go to the ADCC trials, and break some news here, but Thor's going to compete at the ADCC trials along with myself if my foot is healed. Gabe is also going. He went 1-1 at the trials, and then JM too. Like, I don't know exactly who's competing. I know I will if my foot's good for the F of it, and I know Thor's definitely going to be in there. So, or maybe I'll just take the trip and I'll tour a bunch of dispensaries. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But either way, I'm trying to get my boy Thor in that. Also, I'm managing. If you guys don't know this, if anyone starts doing really good at our school, I just automatically become their manager. And listen, I'm not trying to take money. Like, I didn't get any money off Thor winning that 20 grand or anything like that. Like, me and JM had to pay for our own tickets to go out to California and pay for the place and everything. But that's an investment. You know, that's an investment you make in your student. I don't want to, you know, I've heard of guys like, you know, wanting to open up, they want to open up their own school, and then they want some, like, it's just a whole bunch of random stuff going on. I don't even want to kind of bring it up because it's negative, but I understand everybody's trying to get that money and trying to get that cash, but you got to do it in the right way. So that's kind of like the Uncle Zach lesson for the day. Like, you can, there's nothing wrong with going out there. At first, I used to feel like it's tough to, you know, ask people for money and this and that. But now I've gotten to the point where, like, I believe so much in what we're doing. It's not a big deal to ask people for money, especially what we're charging. And we are raising our prices in December, as of December 1st. Not much, but just we had to raise our registration fee. And we do charge a registration fee now. So that way it covers the gear, because the price of gear went up, and, you know, we got to keep buying gear because we're selling shit like crazy, which is a good thing. And I don't mind if the stuff is good. I like selling people shit, and it's good gear, so I feel good about it. Like, that's really the lesson, is I want to feel good about how I'm making money. You know, there's a lot of ways to do it, like illegal ways and behind the scenes and selling out and all this different stuff. And if I feel confident in the product that I'm selling, then it's not a big deal to either charge a certain price for it that you think other people might think it's too much, or some people might just come at you like, oh my God, that's too much. And I've been handling the leads. Coming in, and I've been just setting them up, and JM just been knocking them down at the school. And that's kind of like our thing. Like, he's way better at signing people up, and I think I might be better at talking to them, you know, initially, right? And I do have a lot of patience, but man, some people are crazy. But we, you know, now that we, and again, JM will tell you this too, I was always trying to keep a lower price, and, you know, so people could afford it and stuff like that. But that was also at the time when we didn't have a big facility. We didn't have a big, nice facility. And, we, you know, also didn't have all, you know, a ton of students now, where, you know, the place is getting packed, and I want to make sure there's still room for people to train. I'd love to sign up 1 million people, but now we raise the price. Maybe we have a couple less students, but the students that are signed up are paying more, you know. And then sometimes the people who are willing to pay a little bit more money for something, whether they have it or they don't, they respect it a little bit more. So maybe they're more of the type of students that you want, as opposed to a cheap thing where people could just come in and out and beat the shit out of place, right? So, you know, in full disclosure, we're going to be charging $149 a month. So it's $150 a month, and that covers jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. It's unlimited. And we're going to charge a $100 registration fee. So that goes up in December. So if anyone's listening to this and wants to sign up earlier, just slide into DMs or come into the school. You know, my fiance Kat's been working for us too, like trying to get her off the grid. She'd be sending out email blasts for me. And like I said, we're raising the price. I want people to come in, and it's not much, like, we're not raising it much, but, you know, I want people to come in, and we, you know, every year our price goes up too. And we never charge. And this is one thing you could do. And I know a lot of schools do this a lot. If the price of rent goes up, they also charge everybody at the school more. Like, we really haven't done that ever. I mean, it's something that you know, we thought about too, but I haven't really done yet. But I'm definitely interested in that. Like, I don't want to charge anyone more, and everyone who's been there before, whatever, we always grandfather in. We're probably the most lenient. You know, we let people out of, you know, training if they want to quit. We just cancel it. You know, it's not a big deal. But the people we do have are so valuable, and I have to make sure that I remember that, and I want you guys to remember that too. So, you want to have the right people. And I think that all that stuff that I just talked about breeds it, you know. And like I said, if the price is too cheap, people might just treat it like crap, or they might just not show up. Sometimes when the price is a little bit higher, you go, oh, shit, I'm paying $150 for this, I better go to class. Or if it's parents of a kid, hey, they're charging $150 for this, you know, we better freaking get there 2-3 times a week. That being said, so much shit is way more expensive. You want to wrestle, it's more expensive. You want to play football, it's more expensive. And you got to buy all the stuff and baseball and all this stuff. And we don't even make you, you know, we give you a rash guard when you sign up. That's what the registration fee is for. And also we're doing a thing where our guys are teaching intro lessons to guys. So when they teach them the intro lesson, take them in the back, show them about shrimping, talk to them about jiu-jitsu, answer questions. And then, you know, maybe they throw them in class a little bit, show them some moves. And then they just, you know, if they sign up, we give that person $50 or whatever it is. I think it's 50. We give them $50. So that's like a little incentive program for our guys to help out. So yeah, that's a good deal to do too. What else? December and January are usually good months. The Christmas comes around. A lot of people, you know, sometimes people quit. They're like, oh man, let me quit real quick. And this is a dickhead move right here. And if we catch you doing that, we just don't let you come back. Like if you're like, oh man, I got to pay Christmas. I got Christmas bills to pay. Everybody got Christmas bills. You know, you signed up for something, stick with it. And then if you want to quit for a month and not train and then try to come back, it's like, bruh, listen, you know what I mean? Hey, if times is hard. You know what I mean? You could always cancel, take off a couple months, come back. But taking off that Christmas month, that's like one of the worst months to take off too, because all you're doing is eating food and, you know, drinking and stuff like that. And then you come in out of shape and stuff like that. And then you end up getting injured and all types of stuff. But yeah, so don't do that, you slimy bastard. I'm just kidding. But what else? We got so much stuff coming up. What was the last one I did? Was the last one with my cousin? I think it was. I'm trying to work on the Skype, and I'm going to get a bunch of people to Skype in so we can start taking some calls. I'm hoping to get Willie Siska from Maverick MMA. I'm going to be doing the next Maverick is coming up, so I'm going to be commentating that. And it's cool to get on the mic and do commentary at Maverick because it really helps me out, and I love being involved in the sport that I work in, that I love. You know, I love MMA, so sitting front row talking about it is really cool. And David Giuliano and Mike and all the guys over there that I work with, that I get to commentate with, are really awesome, and they're very knowledgeable too. So it's like, it's a great back and forth, and I'm pumped. Maverick's gonna be pumping up, hopefully doing more stuff. I got gotta get my suit all tailored and ready to rock. And what's going on? Oh, also Willie is working on the commissioner right now. Hopefully he allows it, and we will be the first ever combat jiu-jitsu sanctioned event in Pennsylvania. So we're really trying to get that going so we can get our guys who want to eventually fight MMA into combat jiu-jitsu. You know, it's a little more safer than MMA. There's no kicks or knees or anything like that. Just palm strikes on the ground, nothing standing. And there's some other rules that if you don't really know jiu-jitsu, it's going to be tough to understand. So I might have to go before the commissioner and explain it all and stuff. Yeah, so people are hitting me up. I just got a message come through asking me how much I'm making. I don't know who this is. People always ask me how much I'm making on stuff, which is pretty crazy. You better be a good friend if you're asking me that, and I'm sure it is. But so, yeah, I don't know. Hold on one second. I think I'm getting another phone call. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was getting a phone call, and I am going to have to cut this one short, but we'll pick up with a part 2. I'll save this one. I'll send it over to my brother. This is only like 18 or 20 minutes or something like that, but I'll save this one, send it over to my brother, and then I'll get on the recording. I've been just freaking busy, and that's not an excuse, because that is one thing I hear from people a lot. It's like, oh, I'm just too busy or whatever. And man, it's possible. Like me and my fiance really like Jocko Willink. And man, that dude, he don't sleep that much. He must sleep 4 or 5 hours a day. He's up super early. He's burning the midnight oil. He's staying up late. And that's what I got to do too. So I want to keep it going. And to make that last point too, that's something that I do want to touch on in the future is all the different deals that I have going on with different manufacturers and companies and all that stuff, the rash guard makers and all this. And I really want to show you guys how how me and JM make a grip of dough off rash guards and apparel. But I don't know if I'm going to give that away for free, right? Because that's like giving away all my trade secrets. I like to give little hints and tips, but I will drop maybe a little bit of knowledge on that because I've been working at that for a while. And if any of you guys know, our gear is always top notch and we always have cool looking shit. And it's not all the same guy. It's a bunch of different people doing it. So, I mean, you guys could look into yourselves, but I probably got some special deals set up with some of these dudes because I've been doing it for a long time. So, but I am going to have the business meetings coming up. We're going to have like a little business summit, hopefully after the new year sometime in at our school. We're going to have guys come down, and I'm not sure how much we're going to charge for it yet. But it's going to be like a whole weekend thing, and I will break down the apparel game. I will break down the promotional game. I will break down the social media game. JM will break down his Facebook ads. Like, we will break down how we teach class and how we get some of our students so good, how we were able to make a Grace Gundrum and a John Blank and all these other guys, right? And it's and how we work together with those guys, right? Because obviously, you know, a lot of people be like, those guys would have been good anywhere. I'm sure they would have. I'm sure they would, but it's a special concoction that me and JM have been working up for years. The way we work together and the way we teach class, and now the way those guys came up and how we tried to bring them up, and, you know, just how the whole mastermind behind the process. So, and we got a lot of tips. Some of you guys, you know, asked me a lot of questions about your websites and all that stuff. It's just stuff. I'm not a master at this. I'm just stuff that I learned. So I think what we're going to do at the business summit is I'm going to try to bring in maybe someone like Brandon McCaffrin from Decatur, Alabama, who I look up to business-wise. He's got a lot of shit going down. And also maybe also the Main brothers, Andy and Mike Main. Look up to those characters. They are running 2 pliables. They got a huge school. They're freaking beasts. I love those guys. So the Main bros, maybe we'll try to get them in. But guess what? Those people cost money. They're not just going to come down and drop knowledge for free. And like I said, neither are we. So, you know, we already have a couple guys interested in it. I will definitely keep you guys up on it. But we're probably going to charge, I'm thinking, anywhere from $250 to $500 for the weekend. And then, you know, you gotta come up with your own stay. You gotta stay wherever you gotta do, you know, like a hotel or whatever. You know, you guys can figure that out, Airbnb it. But that's not just per person. That's like per team. So like, let's say, you know, Jason and Randy and the whole crew from Marshall Way MMA want to come down and learn all this business shit. It might be $500 for them. If Chris from 10 Planet Woodbridge, our guy, like, shout out to 10P Woodbridge, if they want to come down, it'll probably be $500, him, his wife, and then whoever your manager is, right? If, you know, the guys from Bloomsburg want to come down, right? Eric and Pat and all them, right? Same thing. You know, $500, but your whole crew gets to come. It might not be $500, it could be $250. I don't know. I got to talk to JM, but honestly, $500 ain't shit. If you think about it, when someone hears $500, they're like, $500. Oh my God, that's half of $1,000. Yes, it is half of $1,000. But guess what? You're basically getting the knowledge to go out there and make thousands of dollars, right? The $500, you can easily make that back. In the tips on the apparel game I'll give you, right? You can make that $500 back in one flip of 50 rash guards. So I just said too much. So yeah, so I'm going to keep you guys up there. I want to get that going because several things. One, I think it'll up my business game. 2, it will up others' business games. We all get better. We all get more guap. And 3, I want to make some money too. And I think we deserve to. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, right? I'm getting used to it, right? I also want to make some money. And guess what? I'm not going to, what do you think I'm going to do with the money? You think I'm going to buy a Lamborghini or some dumb shit like that? I'm probably just going to reinvest it back into our business somehow, or open up another business or something like that. So I'm just trying to keep that entrepreneur life going, man. I really love this shit. I hate real jobs. And I want to just keep doing this. And, you know, I'm working every angle. I don't even care if it's cheesy anymore, but I just won't sell out, right? And sell out is I'm selling shitty products just to make a buck, and we're not selling shitty stuff. I believe in what we're teaching. I believe in the product. The proof is in the pudding. I believe in the apparel. I believe in all the shit that we sell. I believe in it, right? And that's the main thing. So, I will leave you guys at this, and it's okay that you want to make money, man. It's okay that you want to ball out, right? And it could be for whatever reasons you want. You know, I like material shit too. I like nice clothes, cars, shoes, you know, the whole nine. And I know what it's like to be broke and owing everybody and getting phone calls on the reg while I'm at a construction job that's probably going to lay us off in a few days, and I'm getting phone calls and just laughing at people calling to try to get money. I'm like, go ahead, out of what? You know, I didn't have a car, I didn't have nothing. So I know what it feels like to be in that situation. And then it feels pretty good to be financially stable where you can like afford to have a nice car. I just got dude, we've been at this for a while. I just got a new car. I just got a Nissan Rogue. I think it's a 2016. And shout out to Kelly Nissan, Zach Hafer over there, one of our former students. And I just got a car. Like I was driving a 96 Ford Chevy Blazer, 96, no air conditioning. Fuck it. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do. But now it is nice to drive in a car that I can plug my phone into and just isn't a piece of shit. So here's to hard work. Cheers. But I love you guys. Keep hollering at your boy. Follow me on Instagram at Zach Maslany. Check out Finishers TV. Check out our new sponsor, Black Belt CBD. They're working on a promo code. The promo code's going to be Finishers. So once that is live, you know, go on, check it, blackbeltcbd.com. Check it and see what they got, what kind of products they have. I'll be posting more about it all the time and the reviews and all that stuff. Check out our new shop. It's in, I will make sure it's up on the Finishers Podcast bio, and I will on Instagram follow Finishers Podcast, and also I'll be blasting it all over my Facebook and social media. But it's a new shop that we have up, and we're selling a ton of new gear, so that's some stuff I can give you some insights on if you come to the business summit. But anyways, I gotta go. I must have said but and the and anyways like mad and stuff. I know I said that a million times, so I'm working on that. But yeah, hit me up if you want to talk. Right, just don't call me. Text me or leave me a message, and those are the best ways. Or you can just slide into the DMs. That's probably the best way. Just slide on into the DMs. But I'm gonna let you go. My ride's almost here. Like I said, heading out to the cryo lab. And yeah, love you guys. Shout out everybody. Zach's Corner Podcast number 11 is in the books. If you're looking for an organic vape CBD, you can go to vapebright.org, and you can use a promo code Finishers. You get 10% off.
I love Vape Bright. Now, for only $6 a month, you can get inside access at finishersmma.tv, just like if you were training at 10th Planet Bethlehem yourself. There will be approximately one class each week filmed and uploaded to the site, along with extra technique videos being uploaded all the time and any seminars that Bethlehem hosts. For $6 a month, you can get access, or if you're looking for bigger deals, there's 2 discount packages. You can pay $30 for 6 months, which gets you 1 month for free, or $50 for a whole year, which amounts to 3 full months free. So go to finishersmma.tv now and get access today. Beautycounter.com/Catherine Beck. Or you can check out my own personal website, blog. I've got some Beauty Counter essential oils, recipes up on there. Lifewithcat.net, CAT for cat.